Hey guys, so quick update. Next week we're going to kick off a 10-week process, which will be really a critical phase in this venture. It's been a long time coming. I'm going to talk through that in a minute, but the people in the deal room who have been through innumerable conversations with me, I wanted you guys to have access to this update first, and encouraged by guys like Steve Torso and Jackie, I'm going to get into a more regular cadence of dialogue in this sort of fashion. I was going to do a web conference, but I honestly, the tools, I couldn't work them out. So the next one will be a web conference. This one, let's just call this a practice. Your feedback is more than welcome. So look, by endurance we conquer. I kicked off this venture in terms of effort, COVID pandemic, even before. Who would have thought it had taken this long to get to a point where I'm putting together a balance sheet to pursue this in earnest? Pardon the pun. You got to deal with what you got to deal with. I mean, 2 years with Levi Strauss and Co in court. I had to get that solved before I moved to this next phase, because without doing that, I'd be endangering investors and bringing risk and all the things that we know are bad things to proceed with. So we are where we are. Look, guys, this is not fatal if it doesn't work as well. So the assets which I've built here, which have performed in by all measure, the cost to service these assets is very low. So whilst I want this to succeed, and I'm going to put in a huge amount of effort to make it succeed, fear not. Sustainable Fashion Ventures will find a finance strategy, and through endurance we conquer. So, Ryan's going to kill me for this. That should say initial primary offer. Initial primary offer. I'm showing a lot of post-traumatic stress from my ASX days. I think we've got the right team around this. On Impact, I spoke with Megan a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to run with the article Thursday this week, hopefully. Exciting. They've got 3,500 people in their database who are actively looking for sustainability investment opportunities. Wholesale investor, that's Steve Torso at JD. Obviously got a huge international network, JD. It's got 4,000 contacts in New Zealand whom I haven't met yet and haven't communicated with. So this will be fantastic to see the feedback from that group. DSG, 10,000 subscribers to their platform. So I think we're giving ourselves the biggest chance of success possible. And the perks, I'll just quickly talk to 2 or 3 of these. Perks are really, really compelling. So annual shareholder meeting in a location in Southeast Asia, which has got a huge sustainability focus. I think that will be a really cool idea, which I think will land well, and particularly with the On Impact guys, I think they'll see that, I'm walking the talk here. This isn't just some Yahoo trying to put together money to run off after a mining asset. This is very much a long-term, exciting opportunity to really solve some serious problems. Hall of Fame, it's not a very when I put this together and I put it in front of a mate, he goes, "Isn't that a bit daggy?" I said, "No, mate, it's not." I think if you think about it, putting your name on this venture, if we achieve the goals that we set out to achieve, which by hook or by crook I will, I think people will take immense pride in having a name on the door. The backlink, when I threw this at Ryan, I think he appreciated the genius. A backlink's worth like US $500. So if somebody comes in, puts $10 into the venture, and we achieve the minimum raise we need to proceed, getting a $500 backlink, it's pretty compelling. And that's like, in technology terms, you're associating yourself with a global top 1 website. There's more value than just the cost of the backlink. I'm going to start putting a few of these guys in the public eye. I've deliberately hogged it for a while now, and that was because I wanted to meet everybody who came through the front door. Brennan and I worked on Connection Media. He came into that venture at a really difficult time. The ATO had pulled a $1.4 million cash rebate that we got for R&D. He solved that from an internal perspective. I worked with some guys externally to find finance and other acquisitions to prop up that finance. And, under pressure, he performed. And it'll be great to be working with Brendan again. setting up another one of these international businesses with a lot of complexities, but you get mature people around it. Also a lot of fun. Alan was the auditor on Connection. It's funny, like auditors have obviously got to be arm's length, but you also need to work with people who you respect and you trust. And that previous example, I had to go through a substantial amount of difficult things. Solvency was a concern at all times. And, I think over that process, we communicated effectively, built trust and rapport. And, that's ultimately what I want to offer investors in this venture is a sort of a proven team who work together well and, tell the truth at all times. Reece, the tax maverick, an absolutely outstanding guy. He leads what I call the village of experts at Deloitte. We're going to be breaking new territory. Like we're going to be shipping jackets all around the world. You can already see in the United States there's legislation forming to look at what do we do about this enormous business to consumer revenue stream that's leaving the country. It's basically circumnavigating immense businesses, Walmart, etc. And the de minimis rule is the one I'm referring to. So having guys like Reece who can participate in those conversations and make sense of them from a tax perspective is really, really valuable. Team. And closing thoughts, guys. Look, this is a quick update. I didn't want to exhaust you all, but just a quick story to sort of close things out. When I was 17, it's going back a while now, but severely broke my leg playing AFL in Victoria, and was on a game, heard the break, thought, "Geez, this isn't good." Ran off the pitch on the leg, hurt immensely, and got on the bus, got home. Girlfriend insisted we go out to a nightclub. I'm like, I think I got a broken leg, and she's like, "You promised?" I'm like, "Okay." 4 a.m. in the morning, we get back. I wake up, leg's black from the knee down. Go straight into hospital. Surgery. Doctor's by my bedside, and he says, "Dave, 13 screws and a plate, and I re-sewed every tendon around your ankle." I said, "All right, doc, well, what's the verdict, mate? When can I get back on the field?" And he goes, "Look, Dave, you're going to walk with a club for the rest of your life." And I thought, geez, that's bad news. Anyway, got to school and I grabbed my triathlon coach, John Allen. I said, "Hey, John, got a problem here, mate. I need this foot to work. You got any ideas?" And he's like, "Dave," he knew a lady named Jenny. She's not a physio. She's not a doctor. Later, I refer to her as a bit of a witch doctor. But anyway, he said, "Look, speak to Jenny. Her methods are agricultural, but I think you'll get a result." And for 6 months, I stuck a piece of wood in my mouth. She massaged, coagulated blood and tissue out of this wound in my leg. She reactivated those tendons. And later that year, I got in the cross country and I beat a bloke who went on to a Commonwealth Games and is one of the top cyclists in Victoria. So the message is this, guys. We're going to go through a 10-week process. There's no North Star. It's a dark night on the oceans. We've got to get it done. Through endurance, we conquer. Have a great weekend.